Is the United States now running Venezuela's economy? That is the question many people around the world are asking right now. Recent events have completely changed the political landscape in Venezuela, and with that change comes uncertainty about who truly controls the country's economic future. Some believe that the United States is now in charge, others say Venezuela remains sovereign. To understand the truth, we need to look beyond headlines and focus on what economic control actually means. First, let's talk about oil, because oil is the center of Venezuela's economy. Venezuela holds the largest proven oil reserves in the world. For decades, oil has been the country's main source of income, government funding, and international leverage. When oil production collapsed due to mismanagement, corruption, and sanctions, the entire economy followed. Because of this, any country that influences Venezuelan oil production automatically gains economic power. The United States, through sanctions, licenses, and oil agreements, that has enormous influence over how and where Venezuelan oil can be sold. That influence alone makes many people believe the US is now in control. But influence is not the same as control. Running a country's economy means controlling its currency, its budget, its taxes, its banks, its public spending, and its domestic markets. Right now, the United States does not directly manage Venezuela's currency, does not set prices inside the country, and does not administer public services or payrolls. What the United States does control is access to global markets. Sanctions determine whether Venezuela can sell oil freely, receive foreign investment, or move money through international banks. When sanctions tighten, the Venezuelan economy contracts. When sanctions loosen, the economy breathes again. That leverage gives Washington a powerful and direct role. Another important factor is foreign investment. US companies have the technical capacity to help restart Venezuelan oil production. Without foreign capital and expertise, Venezuela cannot quickly recover its oil industry. Any future economic stabilization likely depends on agreements involving US and Western companies. Still, agreements are not ownership. Even if American companies operate inside Venezuela, they do so under contracts, not as rulers of the country. Economic recovery would require cooperation, not occupation. There is also the issue of debt. Venezuela owes billions of dollars to foreign creditors. Any restructuring of that debt would likely involve US financial institutions and international organizations. That process would give the United States strong influence over economic reforms, spending priorities, and long-term planning. But again, influence does not equal full control. Venezuela's internal economy remains fragile. Inflation, low wages, and reduced purchasing power continue to affect everyday citizens. These problems cannot be fixed overnight by any foreign power. Long-term stability requires internal reforms, transparency, and confidence from investors and citizens alike. So what is really happening? The United States is positioning itself as the dominant external economic force shaping Venezuela's future, especially through oil sanctions policy and financial access. That gives the US enormous leverage, but not full command of Venezuela's economy. This is not an economic takeover. It is economic pressure mixed with opportunity. Whether Venezuela becomes economically stable again depends on how its leadership manages reforms, how sanctions evolve, and whether foreign investment is used responsibly. The United States can influence the path, but it cannot single-handedly rebuild or run the entire economy. In short, the United States is not officially running Venezuela's economy. What we are seeing is a transition phase where external influence is strong, but sovereignty still exists. The real question now is not who controls Venezuela's economy, but whether Venezuela can finally rebuild it. If you want more clear explanations about global economics and power shifts, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for what comes next.